Right, we're back again. As you can see, I've got the wheels on and I've started putting the stowage on the rear. That all needs tying down yet. Maybe I'll bring the camera, zoom in a little bit, eh? Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. There we go. There we go. So there's bits and pieces from all sorts of kits. Some of the stuff that the Mad Welshman Neil sent me. There's a bit of resin kit, there's a bit of resin on the side of there. Obviously fuel cans, weather them up just like as if they're being used, and fuel, petrol streaks or diesel streaks or whatever they are. And some of the, they say, some of the, this would have been underneath the stowage, so put it on there, but it all needs tied down. And what I do to tie things down with, I have, like I say, I keep all the cotton or whatever you want to call it that they send for tow cables in Wosky. I just keep cutting them and I use them for things like tying things down. And what I've done to get the colour, I don't know if you can quite make out the colour, can you really? It's a bit light, but I drink tea. You see there's varying shades of it in there. May could have been left in a little bit longer, but what I tend to do is I drink tea with no milk. And at the bottom of the cup I just pop this in and leave it for a good couple of hours, and you get that nice colour on it. So, you know, maybe it's a bit light yet, but I can still darken it down. But that's all I do for tying down, so that's something I'll have to do nearer the, when we get nearer the finished. We shall pop that actually round there so it's out of the way. I've got some more stowage to go on yet. I've got the helmets to go on, which I've had the straps for, and the little Thompson machine gun which has got a strap on that's ready to go, and there's another little ammo pack there to go on, but I'm not too sure yet. So they're going to be, I've just painted the brown, the straps brown this morning, so they're a bit wet yet, so they'll be going on at a later stage. So I can just take this off because this isn't fastened down. Yeah, that's because I need to just make sure I'm in the right position with everything. So I've got a bit of stowage on the turrets. On the turret. Made it from the handles, and so there's a couple of handles there. Might hang the helmets from that that part there. So this needs to be tied, and on the front as well. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Out. And we have some on the front there, which needs a little. I say that, I've seen them, I don't seem to tie that down much. So that's on the front, that just needs finishing off and weathered a bit more yet, it's still not quite right. Obviously with the mudguard mixing you're going to get a bit more splattered up there, so that's what I'll be doing on there. So we'll take the two top ones off because I can't fasten them down yet, because, let's put them on top of there, let me know where you are. I still haven't connected the lower hull and the upper hull, so the tracks, so I shall leave it over there for now. But these parts are on, so what I'll do is I shall just take it off for now and pop that up there, out of the way. So as you can see, we have all the wheels on, they just need finishing off now, which I'm going to show you in a minute what I do. They're not very good connection points, very, very weak connection points for these, you know, they're just very weak connection points. On here that I've had to almost double glue with super glue and normal glue. As you can see, there's a bit, but they're on. That's the main thing, and they are quite level enough. You know, they're level enough, so that's no problem being there. So I weathered all the wheels same as I did with the low hull. There's bits of mud and things and that on there, a bit of the. So now I need to just pick out a few details on them, just to bring them to life a little bit. I started on the sprocket. You can see the sprocket's a bit weathered and a bit, you know, brought out a little bit. So I'm going to do the same on the wheels. And what I'm going to use for that is one of my mixes again, the oil wash. So the oil, I think it's lamp black oil paint and some of the Bob Ross thinners. And obviously I've got an agitator in there, so what I'll do while that is give a nice little pop of that on there like that. Give it a good shake. So we're getting towards the finish now. So only my biggest concern now is these tracks. I'm unsure if we're going to work properly or not, but there's only one way to find out, is I shall try them. So that should be just a bit of tissue. Where have I put that tissue? Here it is. Just to keep the end of the bottle. And this in here is just the thinners to clean the brush with. As you can see, it's a bit on the dirty side now, so I've got this here just to clear the thinners, just a bit of Bob Ross thinners in there, which I'll use that to clean the brush with. So what we're going to do is just pick, like we did with the lower hull, we're just going to pick the little bolt heads out, just to make them come out a little bit. So again, this is a wash that needs building up. It doesn't instantly do it, although it looks like it, but it doesn't. I like it so I can build it, so I can control it better. You know how much you want to put on, instead of just being one hit and it's there and you don't know. It could be too heavy, it could be not enough, but this way I can work on it. When it dries within a couple of minutes, so you don't have to do all the way, just a certain few. Same with the just in an awkward position, but and obviously this is a cheaper way to make your washes and things with the oil paints. You can make the exact colour what you actually want, you know, so it works out a lot cheaper. Getting that Bob Ross thinner and then obviously the oils. You can't go wrong, really, because there's that many different colours you can buy, and you can mix them and come out with all sorts of shades. Like I say, predominantly a lot of the weathering on here, apart from the pigments, is basically oil paint in one way, in one form of another or another. So see, that one's dried now, so I'm just going to have to go back over it again. Oh, put a little dot in that one there, and then that one there. And you just continue building it up, building your weathering effects up, and if you'll know when you've had enough. You know, once it's dry and you're happy with what you've got, then leave it. You don't have to keep going back to it. Just if you're happy, that's the main thing, and you're enjoying the hobby, I wouldn't give a flying, you know what about anybody else, rivet counters or anything, because you build the kit, you build it for yourself. No bugger else, just yourself. So you can do what you want with it. And your interpretation of the weathering again is different to everybody else's. It would be a sad world if we all did the same thing. Right, so I think A little bit on there again, it's a bit dry. Just going to continue going around them, picking the bits up again. Right, so I think we've can't really do any more to show you because I've got to do the other side, yeah, so there's no point in me watching doing the same thing again. So what I'll be doing now is I'll do the other side. I shall get all the rest of the stowage sorted and tied down. Then we're going to have a go at the tracks, but I'll come back to you before I start the tracks. And I also have the figure to paint, so I'll probably do the figure as well before I come back as well. You know, my figure work isn't brilliant, so there's no point in showing you how I do it, because there's lots of other people out there that can do it far better than me. So, but I say I'll do the figure, but I say I won't do it on camera. Main build is the actual Sherman, the weathering of the Sherman. So I think we'll call this one done at the moment, and I'll carry on with the rest of the wheels on the other side, and we'll catch you very soon. Right, we're back again. We're making progress, as they say. So that's from last time. I said I was going to tie the stowage down, which I've finished weathered and tying it down. I've just the T, I didn't leave it in the T long enough, so what I've done is I've just gone along with the you know, the Tamiya brown panel line accent colour, just a little, you know, it wicks all the way down, so it's easy to put on, so that's no problem. So you can see where it's all tied down. Here, just gone through all the hooks and things like that on the back of there. Maybe could do a little bit more, but I didn't want to go overboard. This is all tied again, obviously, with the ammo pouches, the jerry cans, and the rucksack there. And on the see, I've got the sorry, I'll show you that bit. The hammer, which was underneath there, and the, I don't know what that part is. Something to do with the can't quite see it, can we? This part here. I think it's something to do with the tracks, tension in the tracks. I think. I'm not 100% sure. And I started off by putting a few of the ammo bags and things and helmets around the turret. Again, on the front there's a couple there, and on the top, if you can just see it, I've put the Thompson machine gun just there, so when the figure goes in, you've sort of got that sort of to hand, if you know what I mean. And on the front, we've got the stowage on the front. Still needs to be weathered properly. Just when I get the track on, then I can do it all together at the same time. Yeah, so that's okay, and that's finished. I haven't seen many of them tying this down. I'm unsure. I'm going to have another look, but do they tie these down, or ones I've seen on the pictures never seem to be tied down? So it was left to their own devices. But I'll have another good look round. And then I've weathered the inside of the commander's cupola, because obviously the figure will be going in there, which I did say I was going to have ready, but I haven't yet. So that's going to be one of the last things I do. And with the tracks. Oh, sorry, before we get to the tracks, and I took the tow cable off the sprue and weathered it a little bit. It just needs a bit more weathering, and it's actually going to work. I'm just going to soak it in a bit of hot water just to get the bend, and I'm going to hide it underneath the stowage, so it's going to go quite along the sides. So I will be using it. Next is the tracks. Yeah, the tracks. Well, as soon as you start building the tracks, even if you glue them, they just come apart. I've glued this, and as soon as you start trying to get a shape, they just come apart. I'm nicely detailed and everything, but I just can't get them to work. It's something I've done wrong. I don't know. So I have another Sherman, Dragon Sherman, the Easy 8 from the Korea as well. So I'll try them ones. I know they're the same as these, and I'll just try a different method. But I can use them for other things. That's no point using for spare tracks and things. So what I've had to go is cannibalise another kit. And I'll move this out of the way for now. is I've got these plastic ones. I'll give them a coat of black at the moment. There's a bit of a, and the detail is I have to say, is not bad at all. It's not bad at all. That's on the inside. And on the outside again, it's quite deep and decent enough. So I'm going to use these. So I'll have to replace the other ones for the other kit eventually with something. So I'm going to use them. So I've there a bit of coating of NATO black. I will now start doing these in. Well, I think I'll do it just put this cloth down and we can see better. White on white, white on black, I should say. So I'm going to use this dipping wash again, which is the Vallejo Sepia, which is 73300. Give it a good shake. I'll put it through my airbrush. I'll just switch my airbrush on. I'll see if I've still got the stuff running through it from last time. Ah, yes, plenty. It's plenty. If I take that off there. I tend to take it off when I'm spraying large pieces. I give it a good shake, and I just use a pipette just to load the that's quite a bit because you keep going around to it again. And then basically all I do is gradually build the layers up of the brown. Nothing difficult, isn't it? So we're going to do one. This is what I normally do with any track, even if it's Lincoln Length or Magic tracks. Is I use this brown wash because it goes such a long way. I'll just turn them over for now. I'm sorry about the compressor making a bit of a noise, but I really need to find a different place for it to go and live. And there again, just so I usually give it about 2 to 3 coatings because it dries quite fast, and I just gradually build it up until I get that sort of, I don't know, a brown tinge to it, or a rust tinge to it. I'm not sure what I would call it. So you got that there, and I'm going to use some of the tracks that were no good. I'm going to use them for a bit of spare on the Sherman itself. So I'm just doing a bit of a dousing. So I'll turn that over again and just start again. It goes quite fast because you're not putting a great deal on. You can do it with a brush. I just think it's easy with an airbrush, to be honest. At least you get an even layer. Turn this side down again. Right, so what I'll do off camera now is I'll continue giving these tracks a coat, and then when that's done I'll get back to you. So we'll catch you soon. Okay, back again, chaps. I've started the tracks. I've done one track, and I'll show you what I'm hopefully going to turn that and that together. Well, similar to the very same actually. So what I've done is I've just done a light dust pigments all the way along it with the same pigments that I used on the camera's not really picking them up too well. Maybe that way on. It's not overly, because they're rubber tracks in the centre. Yeah, it's not really picking the darkness up, is it? We've got light weather under the weather palette and on both sides, and on the edges they're metal pins. So I've gone along with a pencil, HB pencil, and you can see the end pieces are graphite colour, and the same in the centre is obviously we've got rubber wheels. You can see the dust better in here, but the rubber wheels are obviously worn as it's continually going, worn right along, so it just really didn't get a chance to settle on the inside of the tracks unless, well, it's extremely muddy, but the wheels will take most of it off. So all I did really is we'll start again with this one. So as I say, the same two pigments, the lighter pigment and the darker pigment that I've made up, and all I'm going to do is just zoom out perhaps, or in. I'll zoom in and we can start on this end here. So all we do is just get it, go right along it, just working the pigments into the holes, and just, you know, alternatively just change the colours and you can blend them both in. What I'm doing is just pushing it into the cracks of the tracks. Nothing mind-blowing. Just working it in. Do a little bit more on there. Okay, so I'll keep going down. Just work your way down. See, all I'm using is an old stumpy brush. It's no good for anything else really. Keep for this. And again, just keep working them in. See, maybe we can see better now. It just doesn't really pick it up, does it? As much as I expected it to. There you can see better now. There on one side. Rubber band tracks, they're not bad in detail really. So that's one side done, that's the obviously the outside, and just do the same along the inside. Inside's a bit easier to do because there's only the inside of the tracks to actually go into. So that's really all you do with the insides. So it's nothing different to anybody else's tracks. Right, so then get a bit of the little X20 to be an X20A. I'll just wash this brush off a little bit so I can get a bit of a tip on it. And it's wet, it goes into a tip. Oh, well, it did. It doesn't so much now, but yeah, so it's got a little bit on the brush. Oh, we're on this end, aren't we? And we just go along, dabbing it to set the pigment up. So what I'll do with that now is I'll continue with that, and when it's dry I'll get back to you. So see you soon. Right, back again. You can see it's all dried now, so I'll just move them pigments out of the way, and what you need is just any, you know, sort of I've got this thing, one of these large graphite pens, I think about £2 or something like that, normal pencils, whatever you've got to hand. And all I'll do now is, oh yeah, just go along the out edges, because the, you know, the edges of the pins are metal. Just go right along. Oh, we're back. We've lost again. We'll just move that out of the way. Right, and then on the inside, I think we've got just along the tops. Can't see because of my big hands, can't we? Yeah, just go along the top of the pins. Well, where the pins go, I should say, not just to highlight them. And then on the inside again we'll have to do the same, so I'll turn it round so I can see, and then just go along the edges like that. Just go down the edges. Like so. And the same with the yeah, mine's gone blank. Gone blank. Yeah, again, because these are metal as well. Bloody hell, I can't remember what he called. Believe it? You guys will know anyhow. Yeah, so just highlight these. Guide horns, that's what I'm after, guide horns. Alright, and then we can turn the thing around and we can do the edge of the of this side. Yeah, just take your time. And then again, we'd either done this edge, so we just do this edge. So I got this off eBay, this pencil, or this graphite stick, whatever you want to call it. And it's brilliant for doing things like this, and on your vehicle as well. Give that a little bit of a metal effect, Right, so we've now got to go along the edges of the inside of these ones. Right, So we've got the edges done on both sides. Yep. So what we're going to do now, let's pop that pencil away. Let's get one of these makeup, you know, these little girly makeup things, sponges. And I've just got this, there we are, 73116, which is the carbon black smoke from Vallejo. And I'll just, because the tracks are rubber, I have to get a longer one. Take most of it off at the moment. I just go over the risen parts, because these are rubber. You don't have to do them all. Just pick out at random. Some may have mud on, some may not. Okay, now we'll turn around the other side. You were saying about the rubber. The wheels would be you don't need a lot. Probably a little bit too much on that corner, but we'll soon remedy that. Use your fingers if you feel like it. It's entirely up to yourselves. I'll use a bit of that off there. Last little bit. There you go. Oh, excuse me, I'll have to go get the door. Right, sorry about that, it was just the postman. Thought I was bringing some goodies, but he did some more to me a thin. So like I say, you just rub the black in there, representing the rubber on the wheels, and there again you've got all your highlights of the metal on the pins, double pins on the inside as well, and on, I forgot them again. Bloody hell, my mind is terrible at the moment. Absolutely terrible at the moment. The guide horns. Just do a little bit more on that past there. Just right, so what I'll do next now is obviously I'll tidy up for a little bit. And now I'll sort the tracks out by, I won't show you on camera, as nobody knows how to put the tracks together with the hot screwdriver and, excuse me. But the trick is, don't let your screwdriver get too hot. It's like I did when I first started doing these things, and I melted the whole bloody thing. So they're easy to put together, these ones. Turn them inside out. It's only the 2 pins. Quite a nice get them right down. And they should melt quite nicely. As you can see, that's better with the details. You can see better, can't you now? See what I meant about the edges of the, and I'll touch the black there, which is a bit naughty. But on the edges of the pins, and on the inside, oh sorry, on the outside, again you can see again. You'll see when I put the tracks on the Sherman, because I've taken one muck guard off, I put a bit more pigment on that part to represent it spraying up onto the side of the front of the tank. So when we get this on the track and the other one on the track, we'll on the tank, we'll come back to you. So what I'll do now is I'll go away and put these together, and we're back very shortly with the tracks actually on the tank. So won't be long. Bye bye. Right, we're back again, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it's finished. I got it done. The tracks went on no problem at all. Went quite well. Let me just bring a bit more light into it. There we go. Yeah, I've just done a bit of splattering up the front as well with the mud. And I did a bit of spare tracks from the original links. And I've actually got the tow cable went on really quite nicely. I just put it in a bit of warm water and it bent quite nicely. So it went right around, hidden it under the stowage on the front and the stowage on the back, because there was no clips actually on the kit for it. So it was either make some or hide it, so I hid it. Bit cheating, I know, but it went okay. Let me just show you the tracks. They went really well. So it took a bit longer than normal to build, because I've had days where I haven't touched the kit or been able to get to the bench, but it's all finished now, so it's another one to my collection. The first Sherman, an unusual one with a flamethrower. It's a Korean version, so it's still basically the EZ8 with a flamethrower. It's it's not bad for a Dragon kit. It went together quite easily. It was one of the older kits, obviously, so there wasn't tons of spares either. But I've enjoyed the build, and I enjoyed the weathering, especially with using all the oils as you've seen. My first attempt at oils, and it's really worked quite well. So I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. So I'll be on to my next build, which will be the Starling Grabber, the T34. Will be the next build, as we start with that shortly, probably tomorrow. If anybody's into, I think this kit's online at the moment for about 25 quid. I think I got mine slightly cheaper, but it's worth getting. I must admit, it is worth getting. You don't get Dragon tracks or anything like that, or the goodies in it, because we don't get it. Just bog standard kit, an unusual subject. And you can tart it up like I've done with the Stowage, or just leave it plain. So I think this is, well, we'll say, the end of the actual build. So thank you very much for taking your time out of the day to watch the build video. Well, the actual weathering and painting videos that I've done over the last few weeks. I'd like to thank all my subscribers, new and old. So we're ticking along now. I think we're at 456, 57, something like that. So we're creeping along to that 500 mark, which is really nice. So this is Greg signing off, and we shall see you very soon with the next build.